Oh, Carly, I have been so excited. Of course, Tampa Pride this weekend, tomorrow, in fact, and one of the headliners that we couldn't wait to welcome to our show, the dance floor diva herself, Pepper MaShay, is with us. Good morning, Pepper. How are you?
I'm fine, honey. It's too early here, but I made it, and I put my face on a little bit.
Oh, well, hey, you're getting ready to fly here. You're joining us from the other coast this morning, but you are getting ready to join us.
Yes, darling.
You said it's been several years since you've been here in the Bay Area, and let me tell you, people are excited to have you here.
I'm so glad to be back to see everyone, darling. And it's been a long year without being able to come because I was supposed to have been here last year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so here you are this year. It's funny you were talking about waking up and it being so early there on your coast. We, to kind of get ready for today's show, with listening to some of your hits. You bring the energy with every performance and are ready to go with it. Talk about what you're able to constantly do every time you are on stage, because it is such a feel-good performance that gets everybody going. And at Pride events, there's just nothing better.
I was a radio kid, hun. Grew up listening to the little transistor underneath my pillow. And I had always thought that I would be in the music business. And being given the opportunity to perform as I got older, got married, had my 2 sons. Luckily, I had my mother with me. When we moved to Los Angeles back in the 80s, I threw myself into the music business, darling, headlong.
You know what I love about you is you look at your resume and all of the different people. I mean, we couldn't even, it would take us the entire hour to list the people that you have worked with, that you have sung with. And music really is a universal love language. I mean, there is something, around the world, I know that you must, see that, and that doesn't get old.
You know what, darling? It's like every time I'm performing, or either in the studio or doing it live, it just brings out so much energy to my life, because you know what? I'm not going to give away my age, but I've been in the business for 40 years. 40 years. And I've enjoyed every minute of it at every pivotal moment.
So how has the last year been for you then? Because I can imagine, was there ever a year where you were, everyone was sidelined this year?
Darling, the last show that I did last year was March the 6th. I did an acoustic hour at a senior citizens home. And they were lovely. They were beautiful. But at that time, it was like a week before the president had called the shutdown, which it just threw us, on our heads as far as, what was going on. Because I was planning to come out here, come out to you guys, March 27th and perform. And before you know it, it was all canceled. So for the first time it had to be about a good 30 years, I had nothing to do. Stay at home.
What did you
driving
do?
my wife crazy.
Pepper, I want to get this in before we run out of time, because you've done so many Pride performances around the country. The Tampa Pride is lucky to have you. And I was getting to know you a little bit, your background a little bit. You talk about going through kind of a difficult chapter in your life. And you already mentioned, in the 80s when you were traveling a lot and performing.
Right.
You said that the LGBTQ community really reached out their hand and made you feel a part of the community. And it's so poignant because that's what Pride festivals are all about, making sure everyone feels a part of the community. Is that why you really want to continue these performances, so that inclusivity that we feel at Pride events continues day in and day out?
I had fans who were telling me, unbeknownst to me, because I had never been in the LGBT community, didn't know a lot of people who were, who came out as gay, straight, or whatever. And I always just appreciated people who wanted to meet me as a performer. And then I automatically became friends with a lot of folks. And what happened was the fact that they were telling me, Pepper, you know, we came out to your song, and I'm doing, you know, what?